Bastards of Bourbon, we are back.
We are back. We are back. We are back.
This is actually our second recording. I still haven't posted the other one. I'm fighting with getting the audio format put back together, but I'm going to go ahead and get them posted on YouTube after this. So,
Both of them?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and get both of them. I figure we definitely want to get this one on because it's going to be like the Christmas episode, you know?
Yeah.
Nice. Which, since I'm the one with the big beard and the rapidly growing belly, that obviously makes me Santa. So, I have gifts.
Oh.
So,
Look at you.
for Jeff.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Well.
Holy Santa. I've been very bad this year, though.
For Mike.
Jesus.
And Steve, you got your rare one for your birthday, but there you go
Yes.
for Christmas.
Beautiful.
All right, Santa.
Can never have enough Buffalo Trace.
Thank you, Santa.
Santa.
And we just finished off one of your bottles, so
This is true.
there you go. That's why I was so
Beautiful.
shocked when you said I brought the last of my Buffalo Trace. I was like, really?
I had a sixth sense.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
See if you can say that at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm still a little frantic from trying to get everything set up real quick because I was way behind schedule.
Yeah. It's okay. You did a fine job.
Yeah.
By my mouth.
I would have napped for about another hour if I really had my way.
Can we mention the peanut gallery, or is that
Well,
forbidden?
I think first,
is that forbidden?
let's go ahead and go through the people at the table because we actually do have a brand new guest.
Ooh, yes.
So
We have what we like to refer to as a newbie.
A newbie.
newbie. So everybody knows and loves Jeff Summers. He's with us today. And then we have
That's a really strong word. Loves? Loves?
Maybe one person at this table loves me. Me.
And then we actually have a very special guest. He's actually the father to Manny Manfresca, who is a regular on the show. But we have Mike Manfresca.
We have guilted him in. Yes.
I'll just try to be as good as Manny.
There you go. So then we also have the Peanut Gallery, which Manny is in. And then I'll let you introduce your squad.
Sure. So, back by popular demand, my wife Pam, who could not join us for probably the last 3 or 4, I think.
You've been sorely missed, Pamela.
Yes. And then we have my son Jake, who is quickly becoming a bourbon connoisseur.
Snob.
And then we also have Carly Bolger, who is not becoming a bourbon connoisseur.
She did. She definitely takes after you, though, because she definitely threw out the shocker.
Jesus.
She does like the shocker. She is proficient in buzz balls, I am finding out, if you know what
boy.
those are.
Oh, that's how I used to drink when I was like in the college age. I always tell everybody, like, Manny, it's crazy you have such a sophisticated palate because I'm like, hey, is that a $10 trough over there? I'll drink out of that.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Is that a bucket someone just stepped in? It's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah. Look at all these beers nobody drank. Oh, man. Well, I am very excited for today's episode. So this all came about because I was able to get my hands on a bottle of Angel's Envy Cask Strength rye. Or not Cask Strength rye, just Cask Strength. Beautiful bourbon finished in port barrels. Way more rare to get than the regular Angel's Envy. But I was saving it to open with my girlfriend's dad. And then these two gentlemen across the table were like, what if we do a tasting and we'll put in Blanton's straight from the barrel and Blanton's gold. And I immediately called Amanda's dad and said, the bottle's going to be open before I get there. So
Reeled him right in, didn't we, Steve?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm way too excited. I wasn't sure I would ever see any of those three on this table. And then just to cap it all off, we also threw in the regular blends. Who cares?
Shitty little regular blends.
It's like the Gatorade for the table.
Yeah. We drink that like water.
But boy, what a lineup we have here. And it just, as Dave described very well, it just kind of came together on a whim. And a lot of times, like I know the last podcast we did, we were kind of struggling to pick bourbons. Like, okay, what are we going to do? We've already done this. We've already done that. So that's just damn exciting that we've got these Blantons in front of us. And then, of course, I haven't had the Angel's Envy. I think you have.
I have not.
No,
You
have.
Very excited.
I've had it one time. Yeah.
And you haven't had
I
it.
have not.
So
I was one of the unlucky bastards that didn't get picked for the one bottle. There were 3 of us in the lottery, and Dave won and promised drinks all around when he got the bottle. So I was a little disappointed to hear about your girlfriend's father being first, but nah.
Well,
I'll show him.
We're first.
You still found a way to beat him to the punch.
Some bribery.
Oh man, it just slipped what I was going to say, but I will go right into. I actually did do a little bit of research into.
Oh my God.
Into Blanton.
And you bought us gifts?
I know. What am I?
Christmas miracle.
Brand new man.
All instead of sleeping?
Wow. Well, the research I kind of did while I was sleeping, it was like head on the pillow, like So we'll see how well I remember it. But Blanton's. So Blanton's came around essentially because of Colonel Blanton, and he built a warehouse right after Prohibition because the demand was going to be so boosted up. So he built the warehouse, and he wanted it to be faster than building in one of the wooden typical warehouses, so they built it out of metal. And after time, he realized that the metal changed the way that the whiskey aged. So the metal warehouse would allow it to change temperature more rapidly and really be the feel that it was outside, the temperature it was outside. Mm-hmm. So that enabled it to agitate the wood on a more steady basis. And that's why he decided to only select the Blanton's barrels from that warehouse.
Warehouse H.
Warehouse H, correct. So just a little
stuff.
tidbit there.
Good stuff.
Hey.
And then Angel's Envy, the Angel's Envy is actually owned and run by a man, his son, and his grandson. And they got the name Angel's Envy because the whiskey that is lost from year to year, the 5% of whiskey that's lost from year to year, is called the
Angel's Share.
Angel's Share. And he said when he finally came up with the Angel's Envy and got it right, that they finally had a whiskey that the angels could be jealous of.
Hence
Hence Angel's Envy. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and it's just a really cool bottle. Has the wings on the back. They do it right. That's for sure.
I don't think I'm supposed to be the historian. That
The,
made me nervous.
But the guy that they hired to come out of retirement, I believe, to be the chief
Master Distiller.
master distiller is quite famous, and I can't think of his name. Is it Lincoln?
It's Lincoln something. I can't remember what it is.
It's right on
now.
the front. Henderson.
Lincoln Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his son jumped
If
in to
I'm
help.
reading
and then
that
his
right.
grandson now as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
They all do different parts of the company, though. Like he's the master distiller. The grandson, who looks like he's 12, I think he takes care of like the financial side and stuff like that.
Well, you might as well start young.
Yeah. I mean, if I ever have a kid, right in the bottle.
And it's one of the,
Teach him how to drive first. He can drive you home.
it's one of the things I regret when we last did the Bourbon Trail. They had their tasting room just down the street from our hotel, and it was also pretty close to Old Forester's, right?
Yeah, it was the other way.
Yeah. But we didn't stop because we had already had set up different places to go, and we could have just walked in and did a tasting. Did you go in there or just Old Forester? Okay. But yeah, next time down, it will have to be on the docket.
On the
so to
docket.
speak.
Well, I guess we should probably go ahead and get right into it. Mike, a little brief explanation for you. We pour, we smell, we taste. We add a couple drops of water, smell, taste, kind of give our notes on it the whole way through. And that is the dump bowl for when you rinse your glass. And the bad news for you is the new guy has to drink the bowl at the end.
Yes, that's part of the newbie process.
It's not bad, Mike.
No. I'm sure I've had worse.
Could you give us a little background as to when you first started drinking bourbon and how long you've been enjoying the libation?
Well, I think it was when you and all of us went down to the Bourbon Trail. And before that, I wasn't much of a bourbon drinker or the the dark alcohol because I had some bad experiences with it. But
As
since
we all
then, since then, I've become a much bigger fan of the bourbon now, along with my son and my wife and the whole family.
Yes.
So this should be a nice treat for me.
Bourbon,
Yes.
bringing families together.
There's another sign coming.
Yeah, shirts, here we come. What did you drink typically before you started diving into bourbon? Because now it's pretty much bourbon, old fashioned, maybe a beer.
It was vodka.
Vodka.
Mostly vodka and beer.
I'm very happy for you now.
So am I. But the bourbon's it's caused me some issues too. But my shoulder hurts because of bourbon. Just lifting the bourbon all the time. So,
But in a weird-
vodka.
That's not the real reason why, Mike. We know the truth. So
In a weird way, it's helped your golf game.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take.
Give and take.
Right.
I'd say take the better flavor and the golf game.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would take
No
that.
more flying elbow. I just can't lift it that high anymore.
There you go.
Actually, now I'm sad I never saw the flying elbow.
And I'm actually wearing a birthday present T-shirt from Mike, and it says "Bourbon goes in, wisdom comes out." So just be prepared for that. We're not sure how that wisdom will exactly come out, whether it'll be through the mouth or
Well, for anybody who's ever watched this show, they know what kind of wisdom we bring. Oh man! All right. Well, I'm too excited.
it's so sad when your first bourbon you have to try it.
It's Blanton's. All right, let's get the shitty one out of the way.
God, I guess if I have to.
I got too much going on over here. So, Mike, do you have a bourbon that you would call your favorite at this point?
I would say my favorite is the Weller's 107. However, recently I was able to come upon the Weller Foolproof,
Jeff, give up your bottle.
and I actually haven't had a chance to have. I had the Weller Foolproof someplace else, but I haven't gotten into the bottle yet. It was a bad break. My wife was able to trade a
dumbass.
bottle.
I mean,
Elijah
the guy that
Craig
traded
for.
Yeah. Wait, listen to this.
some-
Could be the greatest trade in the history of
Yeah.
any sports, any
Yeah,
Elijah Craig,
Small batch.
regular stuff
the small batch.
small
for Weller Foolproof.
for the Weller.
I need to meet this
We,
guy.
listen,
That's
I got his phone
insane.
number immediately. I said, get out his number. Hey, buddy, what else do you have?
Yeah, what else do you have that's really crappy?
I'll get
trade
you the big bottle of Elijah Craig.
Well, we're just saving it for
Have
a
you tasted
special
it yet?
time. Not this bottle, but
All right,
But he
after
had
the-
it.
After the podcast, we're going to Mike's house.
Yes.
we had it in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And
the
yours,
bar.
yours truly won a bottle
Yes,
in
that's
the
right.
Ohio Bottle
Lamb.
Lottery, and it was unbelievably good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
It was
actually
my favorite when I
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get a sample of that from Jeff, and it is excellent. Definitely one of my favorites to date as well. Good MSRP. You'll never find it for that price, though.
And it's been my number one for.
I did.
Yeah, well,
$49.95.
It's been my number one for a while. I'd say since we went to Nashville, which was not quite a year ago.
Yeah, I could see why.
That's
It's
when I
fantastic.
first had it, and I just immediately fell in love with it.
I was so excited to try it when I was in Nashville. Like the first place we went to, it was already on the shelf. We went there for breakfast. It was like, oh, there's a breakfast spot. We walk in, there's Weller Foolproof on there, and I'm like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Is this gonna be okay? But they wouldn't serve me anything at 8 o'clock in the morning.
But
You didn't get a chance to look at them straight in the eye and say, "It's for breakfast. It's just for breakfast."
How
You're
long,
like, yeah, can you escort this guy out of here?
how
please?"
long were you in Nashville?
I was there for about 4 days, but then the
Okay.
next
Wait a minute. So that's 12 meals you ate at that bar?
Well, no. Then I went to a place called Whiskey Kitchen, and their selection blew that out of the water. I was able to try
Kitchen,
Pappy 15
Whiskey Kitchen.
and Tom Handy Sazerac Rye there.
My company has a conference in Nashville in January.
Oh, go to Whiskey
So
Kitchen.
I'll need names and references.
Go to
and,
Whiskey Kitchen.
I think you have a love affair going on with a bartender somewhere at the restaurant or at the hotel bar.
Dream Nashville.
Dream Nashville.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was giving it to me for free.
You can't hate that.
Yeah.
That Whiskey Kitchen, though, the prices were amazing. That Tom Handy Sazerac Rye was only $18 a pour, so I thought that was pretty damn reasonable for a $100 bottle. Yeah, but they have like a special deal with Buffalo Trace, so
Yes.
lucky bastards.
So let us break now from the Travel Channel, and we'll get back to the
Yes.
I will say one more thing about Nashville, real quick. When I was there, I was wearing a Bastards of Bourbon shirt. It doesn't say podcast or anything on it, and I got into a lift, and the guy was like, "Oh shit, I love your podcast, man." And I was like,
Holy shit.
"Get the fuck out of here!"
So he's the third guy that listens. Sorry.
It'd be great if all of you that are at least in the room would start listening.
Besides
Jesus.
Jeff and Steve. That's the third guy.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I torture my family with our podcast. Like, we will listen to this on this drive, and you will like it.
All right, cheers, gentlemen.
It's a great way to start the night.
It sure is. All right.
And
You can
also,
go.
I listen to them all the time because I can't get enough of my husband's voice.
So you get lucky after the podcast goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right. So Blanton's getting your typical bourbon notes. What is that? Caramel.
Yeah, caramel. I get oak.
Yeah. Oak, caramel, vanilla.
Anybody get a little orange zest?
I was just gonna say I actually got a little fruit, which I don't think I've picked up in Blanton's before, but it's been a while since I had it, and I think you're right. I think it's orange.
I get good. Pretty
Yeah.
simple.
It says fudge up there. I don't get any fudge.
No, I'm not getting the fudge. I definitely do get the clove where I used to kind of, say, oh, it's peppery. It's not necessarily peppery, but you definitely get a little bit of that clove there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
Sweet.
man, it's just easy drinking. And yeah, a lot of people say, well, it's the novelty of it. It's hard to get. It's the shape of the bottle.
Oh, it's the horse collection.
It's the horse collection.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the bourbon.
Right.
You know, it's funny. Like, I think Manny does agree with that, and he's somebody who actually can get his hands on Blanton. So I will take him out of this part of what I'm about to say. But like when Piker was on the last episode, which hasn't aired yet, it'll go up right before this. We told him that a lot of people who think that way, it seems like it's because they can't get it or can't get it at MSRP. And Piker was like, "You're right." And now he's been asking me to help him get a bottle of it. Because is it overhyped to an extent? I would say possibly. But to me, it is absolutely, and I've said it over and over again, it is the apex of bourbon because it's always the same and it's a single barrel.
That is the most amazing part of it to me.
Yeah, because that's rare. How many single barrels have we had, and they're different from batch to batch?
Right.
I'm sorry. I like the bourbon, and I would pay MSRP for this every single time I can find it.
100%. Dollar for dollar.
Yeah, that's
Hard to beat.
That's right.
I used to say I would pay up to like 100 or 150, but honestly now I'd probably make my cutoff around 70 or 80. It's really good. I've just found so many things that I could spend 100 to 150 on. That while I love Blanton's, there are some bourbons out there that I do like better. Mm-hmm. So
this is the last podcast.
yeah,
We've reached it. That's it.
Yeah, Manny's always said it's okay, and then I said, well, when you haven't drank it for a while and then you drink it again, it's really good, solid.
That's a really good point. And I think it makes you appreciate it more.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have fairly decent access to this at MSRP.
Right.
There's a lot of people that they're paying $200 every time they get a bottle.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, I've seen people paying $350, which is crazy. Because
Yeah.
the other two on the table, if you're lucky, you can
Where's
find
that?
for $350 if you're lucky.
I got some bottles. Where's that?
There'll be no selling of bourbon among this table.
Yeah.
This table drinks.
Have a little
I
taste
said
so you
before,
can compare.
if I won this most recent lottery, the only
Yeah.
one I would even contemplate selling
The 23.
is the 23.
Me too. I said the same thing.
Because you can
It's
just
so much money.
it's so much money. You can get $5-6 grand for it. Like there's just
how about 15?
I know
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 grand is like the minimum that
Yeah,
you would
that's right.
get
You're
for
right.
it.
Yeah.
And it's just like I just
Get a lot of bottles
As-
of bourbon for $5 grand.
Right. As much as I want to drink that, I also could get like a down payment for a car.
Not to be bragging a little bit, but Steve and I have had that.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, it was like
bragging.
liquid candy. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But, we've had it.
So I take
Right.
it we didn't win the lottery.
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, it's not out yet.
And as good as it is it worth $5 to $15,000 to you?
In income, it is.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would much rather have.
The $2.99, the MSRP price was like, wow, this is really cheap. But if you could turn that into $10,000.
Yeah, I mean, if I win that
it's good
Pappy
payoff.
23, I think I'm with you. I think I gotta put it out there on the market.
So. Yeah.
Listen, I'm driving a beat up minivan. I'm for sure putting it on the market.
That can buy the mother a lot of brand new shoes.
We should say Blanton's comes in at 93 proof.
Yes. And this is letter N.
Letter N.
If any of you were wondering.
This suddenly became an episode of Sesame Street. Today's podcast is brought to you by the letter N.
N as in
I got a
Nigel.
word for Ann. Nightly. How often do you drink bourbon?
Nightly. This is actually, I'm really glad we're doing these again because I had stopped drinking bourbon as much because most of the time I drink bourbon when I'm sharing it with people. So now I'm drinking it here and there. Like I got that toasted barrel. I had to try that. But so good.
That's a beauty.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's right up there.
One of my
That's
favorites, and it's crazy to me because to me, Elijah Craig is kind of like a...
Middle of the road.
Yeah, middle of the road
solid.
distillery.
Yeah, I don't get crazy about it. I don't get moist.
I think that's their
There's
best.
no moistness.
Yeah, but listen, their barrel proof is really good too.
Their barrel proof is typically really good as well. But again, it varies from batch to batch.
Very true.
But that toasted barrel is just, I mean, it's something I always want to have on my shelf.
Yeah.
I was really happy that the guy who helps us find bourbon now, he was able to get
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them so that I could get my hands on a bottle.
He is the bourbon whisperer for sure.
Yeah.
In minutes. It was a matter
Yeah.
of
You know,
minutes.
Brady Adams, shout out to you, brother.
You said minutes. I'd been asking him to keep an eye out for a bottle for months because the only time I've ever had it, you left me like this much because you had another bottle at home. You're like, you can keep that.
Yep.
And I blew through that way too quickly.
Yeah, don't you dare say his name. Okay, we're gonna have to edit that out now.
That was a made up name.
That was a made-up name.
He's got 2 first names.
He's part of the app.
All right, we didn't even. He finished his. We didn't even get water for him.
I put a few water droplets in mine, but this isn't my
I'm not
first
doing
rodeo.
it. I'm not doing it.
It's good to see if you pick up something else.
Yeah.
See, this is what you do, Mike. You finish without water, and you go, "Oh, I need some more to finish it with water."
But you know what? That's fine
Not
because
my
this
first
is
rodeo.
Jeff's bottle.
Yes, it is.
Just give you a little bit for
And,
water.
and I'll
yeah.
tell you what it did for me, but I mean, it kind of does that to a lot of bourbons.
Dave.
It brought out like some cherry.
How
much
now I
water?
got to try it.
Just like
I don't
3
know.
drops.
1 drop.
Probably 2 drops for that little.
Rounded out the edges slightly.
You remember
Yeah.
the night when I didn't know how to use this?
Oh my God! You just dumped it right in the glass.
Yeah.
I wish that's before we had the camera. I really wish we had the camera back then.
Yeah, me too.
I can't hear it from the peanut gallery over there.
We like a loud peanut gallery, so
Hey, what's the
whoop
score
it
of the
up.
game?
Whoop it up.
Weirdly, normally I don't think the water helps the mouthfeel, but weirdly I think the mouthfeel got a little bit thicker with adding a couple drops of water.
It increased the viscosity.
The viscosity, very good. I was actually looking for that word. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, Mike.
Again, the bourbon goes in, wisdom comes out.
Wisdom. BULLSHIT.
Just rude.
Viscosity. Well, we snuck that into the podcast tonight.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna try to spell that. I was like, okay, come on.
I don't get the viscosity with
No.
it. No.
No.
Well, not everybody can.
It tastes watered down
That's
to
what
me.
me. Like drinking it with an ice cube.
Okay.
You
So,
definitely.
what are your thoughts when you pull out a nice bottle of Blanton's and somebody says, "Hey, can I have a big cube with that?"
Unless it's turbo, I'm upset.
All right.
I was at Valley Wine Cellar a while ago, and I had a conversation with a gentleman that will go unnamed that only will make his old fashions with Blanton's.
Wow.
Jesus.
I potato sacked him and threw him out on the main street.
That is such a waste.
My first question would be, how many bottles does he have?
Right.
Better be double figures.
I think he's lying.
He could be. He was probably trying to maybe put the move on you, Steve.
I don't know.
Could have been.
I mean, like,
Wasn't me.
No.
how often do you drink old fashions? How many bottles of Blantons do you have?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess
I may have done it once to try it, but
right,
then I
but only
soon realized that
yeah.
I know.
what a waste of Blantons.
For the longest
Yeah, it
time,
is.
I wouldn't even make an old fashioned with Buffalo Trace because I'm like, well, this is so good by itself. Why would I fuck with it? Now I've since like, okay, that's really readily available. It's cheap. That's okay to do.
Yeah.
But before, I was such a purist. I actually barely liked old fashions. Now I love them.
And Buffalo
You're a
Trace is
snob.
the most universal.
I was.
I think Buffalo Trace is the most universal bourbon. You can drink it neat, on a rock, in a mixed drink, old fashioned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not have to regret any of it because
Right.
it's what, $27, $28 a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I still.
I've said this before. Every bar should have Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, which sucks. It's hard to get sometimes.
Well,
But I usually make mine with like a bullet rye. Good,
Oh, yeah,
cheap,
fantastic.
something that I don't really
Yeah.
want to drink on its own.
I love it with Bullet Rock.
yeah, same
It's
here.
a good go-to. The spiciness offsets the sweetness of the old fashioned.
I drink the old fashioned, whatever they'll make it with.
All right, Charlie. Shout out to Charlie.
Jazzman.
He'll have to watch us one day.
Chazzarini, as I like to refer to him. Okay.
I'm apparently talking too much.
So next up,
Dun, 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 dun.
dun, we have Blanton's Gold. And
Is there still plastic around that?
I don't know. It's, you know how there was that sticker there?
No, down below that. Right there.
Here?
Is that plastic?
No, it's that.
It's the label.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's the sticker. Whatever. This is out of what country?
I don't know.
Okay. You
You're-
just don't want to tell me. It was, but it's international. Am I
Yes.
am I correct? Okay. So I was
not telling anybody
I was given
anything.
this as a gift for my 51st birthday. Thank you very much, by the gentleman that's sitting to my right, and it was an extremely nice gift, very thoughtful. Loving it, as you can see. Had to have just a little bit. Had to break open. So it's Blanton's Gold. You can now get it here in the States. However, for quite a few years, you could only get it internationally.
Yeah.
So you can find it that way for premium. And of course, you get stuck with God knows what shipping is nowadays. But if you're lucky, you can find this locally. I just don't know. I don't mean locally like
I think
here,
I
but-
think in Ohio it's a lottery item.
yeah.
Yeah.
So almost a unicorn. Not quite, but
Yeah.
close.
I mean, you can find it online. You're gonna pay good money for it over MSRP. It came over to the United States to start actually being distributed here in the height of COVID. So one good thing to come out of COVID is we can now get Blanton's Gold.
There you go.
Worth it.
Worth it, right? Whoops. Whoops.
Sorry, I got excited.
It is 103 proof, so it's bumping up 10 proof from regular Blanton's. And
Don't mind if I do.
it has...
I thought you were going to pour these for everybody.
I know. Easy.
Well, the only one he really has to worry about is him.
Myself.
He has the limp wrist.
I have flaccid wrists. I can't help it.
Well, at least it's wrist. That's all. Oh, jeez.
Well,
I couldn't
hey,
resist.
quite the birthday gift you have here, Steve.
I knew he was gonna pour it back in there, but I was like, watch him just start spilling it everywhere. I'm like, Carly, get a straw.
I'll lick the table. I couldn't help myself, as usual.
All right, couple quick notes here. What was the proof on this again?
103.
Just
So
drink
is
it.
it made in the States and we just can't get it here? Or is it made at...
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It-
used to only distribute it in England, I think.
It's a 700 milliliter bottle instead of 750. It's not quite as big a round.
700.
Yeah.
700. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, not quite as big a round as the
The regular blend.
Yeah, so that's
As-
another cool little
Dave's
aspect
got-
of it. It's a little smaller than the normal Blanton's bottle.
Oh, here comes the peanut gallery. Daddy, can I have
Now
some?
they surface.
Manny showed up.
It was weird. It was like they just smelled it. Carly, go ahead, get you some.
Pam, Steve wouldn't let you have any of this at home. You had to come here for it.
She didn't know I had it
Well done, my man.
Yeah.
until today. I think
She's
that's
like,
you today, right?
she's like, this would go
was it
great with
yesterday?
Diet Coke.
Hey, yeah, and hot dogs. I'll never forget the hot dogs.
Pamela would never do that with a good bourbon.
So right off the bat,
She would do it with larceny.
Stop her.
I'll try it for you.
Oh, look at
Plug that
this.
sucker up.
right off the bat, 10 points higher.
Oh, yeah.
Taste it just a little bit spicier right off the bat.
I still haven't
Now,
tasted it. I'm
full
still going
disclosure,
on the nose.
Jeff and I have done this tasting before.
Hey, scroll
these.
down to where it shows like
Yeah.
And I
the.
liked gold the best, but you
I
like
know you did.
I agree
Right,
with you, Jeff.
right.
You could taste the difference.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can smell the difference. I get it's
It's much better.
even on the nose. It's more. What's what I'm looking for? It's like fuller. It's
complex.
more complex. Thank you. Yeah.
welcome.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Somebody help me.
Hey, we got complex, we got viscosity.
Yeah,
What's next?
oh, just wait.
Gooder.
Wisdom.
This one's gooder.
Wisdom's
Gotta
coming
stop
out.
microdosing before these.
Well, I mean, you were doing too much research. It has occupied your brain in a different kind of way.
I feel like my brain's bleeding.
Does it remind you guys of Stag at all?
You know what? On the nose of the Stag Junior.
Well, it's funny you say that because I had a stag before we got started,
Yeah. On the nose, it is familiar.
but I don't remember.
It's definitely cherry.
Very
Yeah.
astute.
gonna say, the
very
cherry, it tastes a
astute,
little sweeter.
Manuela.
Hey, boys, let's
Yeah.
find out.
It's definitely cherry. Hey, I was gonna add it to this anyway.
You try. I know you tried. We still might.
So that's a cherry I taste. I taste more of it with this than I did the other.
For sure, I
So
do too.
the nose is to me identical.
Well, I'm talking taste.
Two.
The first glance,
Oh, really?
No, I get a little.
I get identical.
It's more on the nose for me.
It's a little
way
more on me.
more on the palate than regular blends.
Yeah, for
Agreed.
sure.
Great.
Way more.
Nose is the same to
really
me.
good.
It's like the flavor just like
That is
bam.
Let me see this.
Manny, you know, Christmas is coming up.
Well, this is the last podcast.
I'll give him a couple websites.
Go on, get my gun. Go on, get.
I in no way am I dissing regular blends, but this is just leaps and bounds better.
You can't diss regular Blantons when the other product is Blanton's.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to look up why they even started doing the other ones, but I couldn't find that because there's still two other ones besides these.
There's a Japanese.
Yeah, they're black and a green.
And, yeah, but
and-
one of them's actually less proof.
right. There's
It's,
two. Actually, there's also a
it's
red.
80, it's a 90 proof.
There's
or
also
85
red.
or 90.
I don't know, it might be 80, but Pat has a black bottle.
I was just
I
going
think
to
it
say,
might be 80.
Tim, he showed me the photo of it.
There are two of them that are 80, which is weird, but
No, thank you.
yeah. It's very rare I find a 80 proof that I can really get on board with. Like unless it's like a bottom shelf and I'm like, okay, this place has nothing else.
Well, I mean, what's the price going to be? Is it going to be $29.95?
Yeah.
And you want to introduce a beginner to it? Sure.
Yeah, right.
Do we want it?
That's my whole.
I don't think
that's my
so.
whole deal with Basil Hayden's. Basil Hayden's is an 80 proof and way too expensive to be an 80 proof.
Show me an 80 proof bourbon or whiskey. I'll show you one that I'm not drinking.
Wow.
Now,
Hey,
challenge accepted.
Big words from the big tough guy.
I'll show you a bourbon that I'm serving to my guests that don't drink bourbon.
There you go.
There it is.
And now I really want to find an 80 proof bourbon that you'll just fall in love with. Like it's like my new mission in life. Here I come. We're gonna do a tasting actually where I put socks over all the bottles, and you're not gonna know what's what.
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
bet
we're
you
going
all.
to smell the socks
Well, they're gonna be used.
on those feet over there. Those web feet that you had a picture of.
Those
So,
web
so
feet.
are any of you putting water in this?
Hell no.
No, like
I already had that with water in it. It was called Blanton's Original.
Maybe with maybe
I'm
with my
not.
very last drop
Yeah.
of the taste, I'll add water because that
Yeah.
it does seem blasphemous.
You guys
on this
get the
one.
honey though too? A little bit of honey. Lingering?
Definite honey.
Yeah.
Less orange for some reason.
I had the cherry.
Honestly,
You get
even
cherry?
the mouthfeel reminds me more of honey. The mouthfeel is way better than the regular Blantons.
You mean more viscous?
But has more viscosity.
Added water, it just tastes like regular Blantons.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
watered
I'm not
down.
doing that then.
Duh.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's just, what is it, 10%?
Why did you do
10
that,
proof
Manny?
higher?
10 proof higher.
About
Yeah.
11%. Yeah.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Good God.
Just wait.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but it is funny because Steve and I have done this before, and it's. Well, I guess I'm anxious to see what you guys think. But as you keep going up, to me, the flavor gets more and more profound.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're doing it correctly, as it should.
Correct.
The higher,
it's less water.
right? The higher the alcohol content, the more flavor you should get if you actually made a good product.
Right.
So, and the better the mouth.
It still blows me away that it's a single barrel. I mean, every Blanton's I've ever had has tasted exactly the same as the last one I had, and I don't know. I guess it's at Metal Warehouse H or whatever. Was it H?
Yeah, warehouse H.
Warehouse
But yeah,
H.
Where else?
that's what
Crazy.
That's what Blanton attributed it to. Colonel Blanton attributed it to was the metal warehouse, and that's why it all still comes from that warehouse.
And there's no rhyme or reason to the letters because they have A, they got B,
yeah,
C.
Listen,
see,
Shall I go on?
there may be a G in there. We are all about the alphabet today.
Here we are.
Hey, Dad, can you build me a metal warehouse for
You should be able to do that for me.
Manny, he already has one in the backyard, I believe. It's called a shed.
Yeah, that's right. It's got a nice metal roof on it.
Put a nice still out
What
there.
a
and make
special
yourself
treat
some
this
bourbon.
is.
What a special treat!
And
What
I'm
a
gonna,
special night this is.
I've got a really bad feeling that I'm gonna somehow run through this bottle by Christmas morning.
Okay.
So does that mean I'm
that's a good
sleeping
chance.
over till Christmas morning?
That's okay, Steve. Valentine's Day is coming.
Yeah,
I know you guys have a spare room.
I don't know. I might hide it.
It'll be there Christmas Eve, man. Don't worry
I think
about
they have
it.
two now.
I might hide it. I might hide it.
We'll find it.
Might have to hide it.
Man,
Yeah,
It's
that
just
was fantastic.
it's
Are you still drinking over there?
yeah, I'm taking my time with it.
I
I know.
am too.
I know.
I'm
I'm not
savoring.
getting. I know. I'm not getting another pour out of there tonight.
nope. I'm savoring.
I don't know. I know.
Grab some stag.
It's
or something.
dare I say succulent.
Succulent. Another word. Succulent. You proud of your
My
dad?
my vernacular is on fleek, Carly.
Wow. Vernacular? He even used vernacular.
This is my first time actually looking up at that. Maybe a little bit of spice, but not very spicy.
I prepared
but
for
you know
this
on the-
tonight by
on the
reading
original
through the
Blantons, they
dictionary.
had spicy at the top of the list, which I was shocked.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Dark chocolate, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. The main things I get are definitely the cherry and the honey.
And oddly enough, I mean, I love everything that's in that description.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. I mean, the dried fruit. Yeah, I guess it depends what it is.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. I fucking hate dry fruit. Why? What's the point of that? Hey, you know what's great about fruit? That it's juicy.
Yeah, but
Why are you drying it
That
out?
you also can get water from it.
Yeah, you know what would be great is if
Keeps you
this
regular, too,
fruit
so.
had the same texture as beef jerky. That'd be awesome. Like what?
Isn't that how they discovered raisins?
Which guess what? I fucking hate.
yeah, but nothing like a nice Amarone every now and then.
That's a good point.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
That's why we're doing a bourbon podcast.
I just said fuck way too many times.
It's your podcast, Dave. You and Steve. You are the bastards of bourbon.
Okay.
We truly are. I watch all these other bourbon podcasts.
I know.
We're the bastards.
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt.
Just like to get some peanut gallery.
Feedback.
Applause.
Thank you.
Applause would be good.
Yeah, applause would be good.
New vocab words.
What did you think? What did you guys think of it?
Amazing. So good. So good.
They can't wait to drink yours at home, Steve.
What did Manny say?
You better lock that up at home.
regular stag.
Lock it up.
The cherry.
Oh, almost regular stag. Yeah. Well, Stag Junior,
It's a little hot, Stag Junior. I think this isn't as hot.
that's true. Stag Junior was just the first place that I tasted cherries in a bourbon. So that's immediately where it took me to.
And the Stag Junior is like 130 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Stag Senior.
Yeah. Stag Senior's watered down.
It's just old.
That's what I meant.
It just leaks a little
Like some
bit.
of us. Like some of us at the table.
I'm going to quote a line right out of Anchorman. It took me to Pleasure Land. That's where it took me.
Afternoon delight. Mike wasn't ready.
No. And we
tell you-
haven't even started talking about our erect nipples.
Nobody's mother's been brought up.
Not yet. I'll tell you what I'm ready for.
The next one.
You guys go ahead and start over there. And
Straight
From the barrel.
Straight from the barrel.
All right, wait a minute. Let me get ready here.
My mother and your mother.
Oh, Jesus.
That's it.
And we made it to mothers.
Clean version. Clean version.
Colonel
All right,
Dave
well,
hasn't finished yet over here.
Jeff, I don't want
That's why I
to
said
steal
go
your
that
thunder.
way.
Do you,
Go that way.
would you like to talk about your bottle?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
I
Now
fondled
that
it.
he's talking like that, and the fact that you're holding it like
Yeah,
that,
well-
I don't think it's okay.
Somewhat,
right there. Do that, Steve.
somewhat caressing it.
That's what I was doing today when I opened it.
The bottle?
Yeah.
You opened it
Was
today.
it was it wrapped
Opened
in
today.
like an entire thing of bubble wrap like the
You
other?
opened that.
No.
You opened that today.
Yeah.
So how much
How's
of
that?
that have you already had today?
Enough.
I had a couple. Well, I had one, and I go, could this be this good? Let me have another and try it. I mean, it was lunchtime. It was afternoon. I had just
Wasn't
lost.
morning.
I had just lost an order to a competitor. No, never mind. That's complete bullshit. I tasted it. I went, I'm having another one.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Brady's
I forgot you
It
have the
was,
giant Glencairns too.
I do. I have the giant Glencairns, and yeah, I had to open it before I got here just to make sure that it was okay. I didn't want you guys to sample something that was bad, and I'm happy to say it's pretty fucking good.
I'm excited for that. And then after he tasted it, he was like, "Now I don't want them to sample
That's
something that's this good."
Yes. What?
Hey.
Wait,
Right here,
Not with his
right
friends.
here, and I'm looking around this table. There's no one I'd rather share this with.
very
Thank you,
nice.
brother.
Very, very nice. So you do realize you have to also share it with the peanut gallery.
And you know what? There's no one else I'd rather share it with
Very nice.
than this peanut gallery. Which, what a peanut gallery it is!
Family.
Special.
Peanut
Family is
galleries.
family.
Right.
Listen, there's 3 Bolgers in the peanut gallery. Do you know how many times I've been to the Bolger's house drinking their alcohol? I can't even count the number of times on my hand that I have left there ripped because they've been so generous with their booze.
He walked.
Right. Actually, I potato sacked him home. It's my specialty.
You're potato sacking everybody.
Hey.
So let's
Good
go.
at it.
Let's get on it.
All right. Would you like to be the first?
Yeah, let me get all this water out of this
You wanna be
glass.
First.
Here's how I drank it today.
This is
Oops.
It's a big pour.
128 and a half proof.
It's what
Again,
we call
a big,
Big boy
bourbon.
Oh man, we were all over the place on that one.
Let's try that
So
again.
good.
Big, boy bourbon.
We'll get it.
I
We'll
think
get
it's
it back.
the beard. It's the
We'll get it
beard
back.
throwing me off. I can't see
He
your
doesn't
mouth.
want it. We'll pass it around.
Hey, Mike. They'll be spooning later. Wasn't that big boy bourbon
All right,
special?
Yeah.
128.5. Just to give you, I guess, a point of reference. Stag Junior is typically right in the neighborhood of 120s to 130 proof.
Like 132, I think, is the highest I've seen.
I promise you, this will not be as hot as the Stag Junior.
Everclear is, I believe, 180 proof. Does that sound
This
right?
will not be as hot as Everclear.
And Bacardi 151 is, ironically, 151 proof.
If this was as hot as Everclear, I would throw this like the holy hand grenade.
Throw it my way. So the nose is.
up there.
Is it weird that I'm nervous?
No, it's
a
completely
different smell.
normal. Ooh, I got a little
It's
heavy.
am I
a
doing
bigger
this?
smell.
It's a bigger smell.
The
Steve,
wrist.
just drink it, Steve.
Did you just throw up jazz hands?
No.
I saw it.
I'm getting a little nervous over here, Manny.
How dare you?
Jazz hands. That's what those were. You're driving.
He had to taste
So
these.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you get this. They number the bottle and they tell you the proof that it came from the barrel and blah blah blah. And it's all pretty neat.
So are all of them lettered too?
If Manny,
Oh yeah.
Is that?
if Manny has too much, I have my wooden toboggan outside. Just so you know, we
Wooden
can just
toboggan.
go right down the hill.
I'll tell you what's crazy.
It's
I
up
haven't
the hill,
tasted
though.
it yet, but least alcohol on the nose, and it's the highest proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it doesn't blow you away with alcohol. It's just not.
No,
I don't get as much
I'm not not getting any distinct notes.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, we're able to finish each other's sentence. We're actually able to get inside each other's head and figure out.
I'm afraid
our
you're
thoughts.
getting inside each other something else.
I set that up. It was like this.
Yeah.
Softball.
Hey, no alley oops. Make it hard for him.
That was tough.
But yeah.
All right.
Oh, man.
Blanton's-
So I feel like we
Here's
need,
what I tell you: take a little sip, take a minute, take another sip, take a minute, take another sip.
and I feel like
it
we need
keeps
to
getting
explain.
What was the proof on this again, real quick?
128.5. I feel like we need to explain for those for those 2 or 3 people that may listen to this. Oh,
There's another Bolger in the house.
Hey.
And the Bolger is complete.
The Bolger family is intact
Bulgema family.
at the Hammer residence.
Someone get Poppy and Riri on the line. Get them over here.
I wish I had a Christmas tree and marshmallows.
Brady, you might want to try this one we're trying right now. Plus, it's not mine. So, for those 2 or 3 people that might be listening to this that don't understand what straight from the barrel is, it's not just part of the title. I think it's important that we just kind of explain so they know the differences between these.
We are
3.
supposed to educate, right?
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Between these 3 products.
Which we haven't been as good at lately, so I'm glad we're doing it now.
Yeah.
By the way, the people that are listening don't even know what viscosity means.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
I have forced them to look it up, and they're probably going to get some weird shit that
you
comes
know,
up on
but
their
They
computer.
don't know how to look.
But
it
you
up.
know what? You know what the best way to pick up new listeners is? To insult them.
Oops. These are the bastards. We're just guests.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure we do it all the time.
I think so too. So just full flavor.
Full flavor.
Full
flavor.
of flavor, but funny how, not funny.
It's not burn. Doesn't burn. To me, it doesn't.
I mean, for 100 and almost 30 proof.
But I think I'm numb. But
Yeah, I could tell that's.
But
higher,
but
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
different.
No question,
It's so to me, it's so much different than the gold. The gold is similar to
Wildly
the
different.
regular.
Right.
This to
this
me
is gold on steroids.
It's just
I think. I mean, that's all.
so I get straight from the barrel. Going back to that, just real quick.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm probably talking too much.
No,
on
go,
it.
no,
Go ahead.
absolutely, no. Go ahead.
Just throw something at me. They literally are taking the bourbon. Obviously, I know it's going to sound funny, Captain Obvious. Straight from the barrel. There's no cutting, if you will,
Cutting.
with
Yeah.
water
with water
to dilute.
to dilute to get
And
it
lower
down
the
to
proof.
the designated or desired proof.
For example, down to gold,
Yes.
Yeah. Or I did even further down.
to the ultra desirable blends.
Yes.
And for that reason, to me, I taste a lot of the barrel. So I
get
get
all
a
the
lot
oak?
of wood, a lot of oak.
And this one is the only one that I will say is actually spicy. Like the burn I get is not alcohol burn, it's spicy. And it's excellent. It kind of reminds me of like a really good quintessential rye because of the
Quintessential,
spiciness.
There's another word.
Spell it, please, Dave.
He's elaborating.
I actually heard that on another podcast yesterday.
Somebody was looking for a little taste over there.
Oh.
The Traveler.
Hey, hey.
He has done a lot.
No.
But
No, he needs to taste all 3.
I'll be honest, I can't wait to go back to it because
He already knows
initially
what
I got
regular.
just a little bit of sweetness and then the spiciness just took over. But
There is some late spice, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, and I like spiciness, but that's
Yeah.
what stuck out. So I can't wait to dive back in and see what I get.
But for 128 proof bourbon, smooth. Like,
So-
I don't get all the burn.
I get the burn.
Okay. Now here's what I was saying.
I'm wondering
If
No,
you-
I'm dead inside, but
Right. Here's what I'd say. If you gave this to a beginner,
Oh,
they'll be like, oh.
they'll never drink bourbon again.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, let's give it to Carly and see what happens.
You wouldn't give it to a beginner.
Hey.
Carly, you should come
No.
on camera and see what happens when you taste it.
But to me, I get the full blast of caramel, the full blast of spice, the full blast of cherry, full blast of orange zest.
That's why I want to dive back
That's
in.
what I just love about this.
And I was gonna
I
say,
get cherry.
you get cherry.
Again, I keep getting cherry for everything.
That's
Well, if
my
you got cherry
favorite note in
before,
bourbon.
In
To be
theory,
honest.
you should get more cherry
Right.
now.
Yeah.
I
The weirdly,
so
it's not
much
cherry's
honey.
not on that one.
So much.
I get a little bit of honey.
Definitely
You know
get
what
some
you
honey.
should try?
Caramel.
I was gonna say to you real quick. I was gonna say to Mike. I wonder if that burn you're getting is the spiciness though, because this is spicier than most bourbons. It's not the alcohol for me. It's the spiciness.
Yeah.
You should
I don't get that
little bit.
alcohol-ish.
No.
try the Kentucky Chew, and you will almost lose your breath.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah. No. It burnt my tongue.
Yeah, I mean,
That's exactly
I almost
right,
went
Steve.
down to one knee.
Yeah. Well,
And weirdly, that's the first thing I thought of when I did taste it. After I got through the whole tasting process, was I thought this tastes like the wood, in a good way.
well,
Yes, yes.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Oh man.
What's your
tastes
name,
like the
Bob and
wood.
Neil, or is that just what you do?
But that's the 128.
He says
proof
it. He doesn't. He tastes like the wood. I don't know. That's here. I'm going to scoot over this way. Don't
Man.
spit it out. You got to keep it in.
Keep it in. If it comes out on your beard, I'm licking it.
That goes right with the wood you're getting.
Down, chicken, down.
My tongue is on fire with spice now.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should have. I thought I warned you.
I did it too, and I did the same thing. I'm like, wow. Do the Kentucky Chew.
All right. So there are certain bourbons you should not do the Kentucky
And
Chew with.
that is one.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd do it again.
I almost passed out.
Well, because it's not an alcohol burn. It feels like
No,
I put a
it's
whole
spice.
mouthful of fucking pepper. Like
A mouthful of fucking peppers.
dear Lord, delicious.
But I mean, I could drink this every day.
Well, if you can get it.
Oh, I
you
can
can get it.
Oh, I can get it.
Kind of a cool fact that I forgot about. So Albert,
Bourbon goes in.
wisdom comes out. Albert Blanton's middle name is Bacon. How about that?
Is it Albert or was it his son?
Bacon.
Bacon. Albert.
That's
Bacon.
a great. You think they would incorporate more bacon into their
Right.
product?
Like, hey, I mean, their gift shop has Blanton's everything you can possibly think of. I mean,
That's what they were.
they've
quoting
got
that day.
T-shirts, hats, golf paraphernalia, anal stoppers, anal plugs. Too far? Did I go too far? All right.
I think that was the other store you were at.
There should actually be a shirt that just says Albert and then has bacon underneath.
Right.
Come on.
I mean, you're not going to have bacon, Blanton's bacon? My God.
right.
I'm guessing he was conceived at breakfast.
I don't know, apparently.
Wow.
Guy just really like bacon.
Well, who doesn't?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Honestly, I would legitimately buy a shirt that just said Albert and then had bacon underneath, because then
We would appreciate it.
only certain people would know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then you immediately, if you're at the bar, you're like, oh, there's a bourbon lover.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like we need to make those shirts.
I wouldn't mind having some bacon right now.
And by we, I mean you.
Right.
I'll just help finance it.
I literally thought about having snacks for this one, and then I was running so late, I was like, I'm not going to do it.
We got snacks.
Water.
Oh, wow.
Pam does not like that word, just
What
so
a-
you're aware. Snacks, slacks, sneakers. Don't say them.
Supper, and especially
And supper.
You don't like
Hey.
supper?
I will kill you.
Why don't you
if
go on
eat
and get?
supper.
I'm going to get some
All
supper.
right. It's time for supper, Jed.
No,
Got my sneakers
Hey,
on,
Jed.
supper.
Slaughter the hog. It's time for supper.
As you know, on Yellowstone, they call it supper, and we're watching. I go, from now on,
used
I'm
to.
calling dinner supper.
As a little kid, we called
I
it supper.
said, then you will get none.
Supper or
You're like Beth.
none.
You're like Beth on Yellowstone.
That's what
This is the only bourbon that to me, or only whiskey to me that is spicier than the Knob Creek Cask Strength Rye.
Wow, you get that much out of it?
Oh,
huh?
I don't
that
think so
much
at all.
pepper.
I do.
I don't think so at all.
Sounds like you gotta test it.
I was just gonna say that.
No, I've had that. That's one of the spiciest I've ever had.
I think you just haven't had the Knob Creek.
It's been a really long
Cask
time.
Strength. I had it not too long ago, and I mean, I'm telling you, it is
Just can't.
Oh,
pepper for days.
that's right.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not.
I mean, like I'm
Can you
riding
hand me
on
that?
Here we go.
Can you hand me that?
Which one?
The gray, other one. Yep.
He's
Not
colorblind.
blue.
Well, I was just gonna say.
No,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
like,
that's Piker.
I shouldn't have assumed.
I got cataracts.
You don't know where the glasses are, do you, Manny? All right, they're up against.
What do we need glasses for? We got Ben Cairns.
Well, I'm not
So the
chugging that
the
to.
Kentucky Chew is just holding it in your mouth.
And
No, you chew it with your teeth 5 times.
Is that what it is?
you just it's almost swish it around.
I
I
just
Yeah,
did a little
it's
bit.
like
of it. Man,
swishing.
And it's like,
yeah.
wow.
It's
The
it's an eye opener.
it's.
by the
I'm
way,
having
these
a
are-
hard
these,
time picking other things up. Actually,
These podcasts are supposed to be like 30 minutes. See what
Well,
happens?
this is a special podcast.
This
Well,
is
it's a
this is
Christmas
the holiday
It's a
episode.
holiday season
Whoop dee doo.
and a whoop dee da.
This is so this would be considered like a
There's no way that is spicier than. I mean, you know what I mean.
you know how Bing Crosby did his Christmas special or
Hello,
Mariah
everybody.
Carey or Justin Timberlake. You know, it's an hour-long special. I mean, we're not gonna
Massively spicier.
we're not gonna shorten this down to a half hour. Which we're probably at about 40 minutes
Way
right now.
spicier.
I think this is way spicier.
This is way spicier than that.
I don't
Really?
think that's true.
The finish is way spicier.
The,
Yeah,
there's
that's
definitely
what I'm
more.
saying.
There's definitely more pep. This is spicier.
What he
this has
said.
more pepper for sure.
Okay.
And
That's
the
my
spice,
son.
the spice lingers longer with this one. But I think this one has more strength to the spice, which I like. I'm happy about it.
All right. I was just about to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm happy about it because this is one of my favorites.
Agree.
Yeah,
Mine too.
So I'm happy about the fact. Go ahead.
Way more peppery.
More peppery. I just think this overall is hotter, not in a sense of alcohol, but just spiciness.
I don't.
Like when I did the Kentucky Chew with that, and I swished it every which way, it didn't like take over my tongue.
Huh.
Might be just because I'm more used to it. I don't know.
All right.
Could be. I don't. I'm just not getting all of that. I totally get it.
Same.
It's spicy.
I'm not either.
I'm not.
I swear I'll take like
But that's what's so great about
Pamela,
this in the
take whatever you
process is that it's different for everybody. We all have different palates.
Yeah.
Not everybody smokes
Hey.
20 Newports in an hour and a half. That's going to change his palate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How about
Changing
a
his
pack of
balance.
Marlboros? Put them in your sleeve. Taste that. I think it's a lot spicier than.
This is the
This is the Knob Creek.
okay,
Yeah.
man, and I love
That's
this bourbon.
more spicy.
So do I.
Or rye.
That's more spicy than
The
this
Knob
other,
Creek.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's got tobacco in his fucking mouth.
They're different spices.
It's
different spicy,
But
but
you know
I-
what?
That's a,
This is
and I know this is going to sound sexual, and I apologize beforehand, but this is more of a frontal spicy, whereas Blanton's
Why is that
from the
sexual?
barrel
Here it comes.
is like it's like a back end spicy. Frontal versus back end. I mean, I don't know how else to describe
It wouldn't have been bad if you wouldn't have said sexual up front.
I know. Right. That's exactly
Oh
right.
no, because someone would have chimed in.
Now I'm trying to figure it out. Like, is it like the difference between like missionary and?
No, it's, jeez. I'm not even going there.
sorry, Manny.
See what happens?
Goes off the rails. I don't know.
There's not a bad spicy. All right, there's
No, I like that better than this, but I do think it is spicier, which is maybe one of the reasons why.
This is way more complex than that.
Way more complex. Yeah, this is just pepper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't let them talk bad about you.
No, I'm talking good about it.
And now it's time.
This I'm saying.
And now it's time
Here
for
we
the
go.
infamous.
Oh gosh.
Oh, now he's got to take a shit.
All right, well we're gonna just try this Angel's Envy
yeah,
without
well,
you,
he's gone.
even though it's your bottle.
Hey, I got an idea.
All right, let's go.
I got an idea. Let's do a little nip of the original Blantons and see how mild it tastes now. Which
Have
would
you
be-
ever seen the movie, Mike? I know you have. So you remember the part in the movie Animal House when Tom Hulse has the angel on one shoulder and the devil on
Oh, yeah.
the other?
I have that every day.
Jeff is the devil on the one shoulder.
Fucker?
That's
You mean that scene?
that's
Yes, that scene.
That's
Fucker. I am not. I would say do things to her first. Silence. Silence from the crowd.
not sure.
The
what to say
Bolgers
on
have
that.
moved to the TV room to watch the football game.
You're like, oh my God.
Meeting.
Here he goes.
We're having a meeting.
Jake wants to say something, but he's
Yeah,
not
he
sure
does.
what he should say. 'cause
Jake's like,
Pam's
yeah,
there.
fuck her. He goes, oh shit, my mom's here. That's what the guys down at Virginia say.
Wow, what a difference then when you go to.
So how mild is this now?
Wow, tastes like water.
Oh, this sucks.
Right? Hasn't.
Do you see what I mean, though?
Wow.
It is.
Why we do the things the way we do? Because if we
Wow.
did it the other
Right.
way around,
We'd say this sucks.
we'd have been like, I may never drink regular Blantons again.
Wow.
Ever.
That's
so
shocking.
watered down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we could share this moment without Dave
Yeah.
while he's taking a shit.
Listen, I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but he shared with me right before we came on the podcast.
Oh, Christ.
He has a raging case of diarrhea.
Oh,
Like
Christ.
he had a few moments earlier today where he had to actually clean up the wall back behind the toilet. It sprayed so bad.
Well, you know what? He doesn't eat well. I
Man,
mean,
he
he's not a
tried-
healthy
He was
guy.
He ate for some reason. He ate like a whole bunch of corn and spinach.
And he's,
like water, huh?
and we all know he's a raging alcoholic, right? Oh, he's back.
You said tastes better. Oh, really? He's back. He's back.
Man, he's lying.
Some toilet paper on your shoe, though. Watch.
It's all right. There's still some in my pants too.
You didn't have to clean the wall behind the toilet, did you?
No.
Okay.
I just have a little leakage.
Oh, gotcha. Right. I was giving them a blow-by-blow description of what you told me earlier today with your explosive diarrhea.
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, you know, when you stay up all night drinking and playing Madden, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
And you eat corn out of a can.
Is there any other way to eat corn?
Cream corn?
No, not the cream. That's just being weird.
I'm just checking.
Oh man,
Hey, Del Monte's really good.
Del Monte canned corn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is
All right.
good. Yeah.
Are we going to really spend time talking about this?
Well, I mean,
You brought it
I'm
up.
trying to change the subject from shitting on the floor.
I feel like you guys wanted me to
Hey.
run out of the room with embarrassment. But
Here we
I'm
here
here
we
for
go.
it.
Here we go with the unicorn.
Meet it head on.
All right, everybody have a drink of water, cleanse your palate, because we're changing. Sort of.
So we
One
tried
from
a
one
little.
high proof to another.
While you were gone, Dave, by Jeff's recommendation, gave me a little bit of regular blends. It's amazing how it just loses all of its complexity and flavor.
So watered
because-
down.
Yeah, it dulls it down.
Yeah.
Which
If
again,
we'd have done the drinks in the other order,
right.
this would have been like, why would
If
you ever
keep-
pay?
That's-
If you keep drinking the blend, so you start to get it back. At least I did.
See, that's why he's here.
Right. He brings levity.
Oh, levity.
Well, and we briefly discussed putting the Angels Envy Cask Strength before all the Blantons, but that's why we couldn't, because that's what would have happened. We would have drank the Blantons right afterwards, and it would have been a serious issue. We would have been like, well, this tastes like water.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm not. This could actually be crappy. We have
All right,
no
so here's
idea.
what we'll do. We'll drink this, and then we'll do it all over again.
Yeah. I'm in.
We'll stop
Pam?
recording, though.
No, you should not do that.
I feel like we bring this up often,
Did
but
you
it
just
needs.
stutter?
I did a little bit. It needs to be brought up. That's all, folks. We
Warner Brothers.
yes,
Thank you.
we used to, or we did.
Yes, I'm that old.
You're an old bastard.
One of our all-time, I would say, epic bourbon podcasts was an all Buffalo Trace podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we did
It
10
Yeah.
bourbons. So
After drinking heavily the night before at your
right.
house.
Oh,
I only
Like-
remember 6 of them.
yeah. Heavily is. I feel like it's just not even giving it credence.
It's kind of crazy. We used to do 8. I mean, we still kind of do 8 to 10, but we always add in extras. We did the same thing when we did 10.
Well, we added this in tonight. That wasn't included.
But that being
We
said,
added this in.
doing 4 bourbons in a podcast is. I mean, I don't know. It's like.
It gets sad.
Yeah. Makes me a little
Look at the
sad.
bourbons you're doing.
Why, do you think we're done after this one?
No.
As
The podcast is
as much as I've missed Pam is always the voice of reason. Like the one day we're like, it was like 3 hours long already. We were like, we can go for 2 more hours. And Pam was like, I'm leaving. So
Yeah.
Steve, if you're gonna get home,
You're walking. You're walking.
I started to consider bringing a sleeping bag when I would come to the podcast. I don't know. It seemed a little weird. It's like, well, should I get a double sleeping bag?
Well, that's weird. That's weird.
I don't know. You broke into my house one time.
Right. Why is he breaking into my house?
He's gonna ass rape me.
It was actually he was actually being a very
Jim
good friend.
Gaffigan.
Jim
Gaffigan.
He was actually being a very good friend. I had been
my ass
sick
is
and I
gonna
wasn't
hurt.
answering any of my text messages, and he got nervous.
No, he was coming for your bourbon.
He's like, he's probably dead. I'm gonna go get.
He
his
hadn't,
bourbon.
he hadn't responded to my text all day long, and I was actually at Jeff's house, so I was close.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
Hammered.
No,
Drunk.
little.
That was like the best exchange ever.
I'm like, man, Jeff, I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with him.
We came over and checked.
Yeah. Well, I did.
Oh, that's right. You let me know.
Yeah,
how he was.
you were like,
Go ahead. You go ahead.
yeah, you were like, just text me.
Go on. I said, go on, get.
You go on, you get.
All right.
And he did. He replied and said, Hammer's okay.
That's what a good friend does.
He's naked, tied up to the bed. He's fine.
Mike not only did
Steve, I've
that.
been here for days.
All right, Mike's the guy that would check on
Oh
anyway.
my God, Pam was out of town. He dropped me off at home, put me in my chair. Well,
I remember
chair,
this day.
and then came back like a couple hours later to check on me. Thank
There was
the
only
Lord.
little blood, but it was fun.
Yeah. There was a little bit of
That's a
blood.
good friend.
Do you see what happens when I leave him alone? When I go out of town?
I took
He
care
needs
of
a
him. That was-
babysitter.
See,
I
wait,
was
we
there.
were going another direction there. We were going to compliment St. Mike.
Yeah. No, it was greatly appreciated, my friend.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Pal. You're welcome.
Okay.
Well, this is very exciting because I've never had this one.
I haven't either.
Truthfully, I have not either because it is a different batch.
Wow,
So I've had the cask strength, but it was either the 8 or 9 year.
All right.
This is
What
the
is
10.
It's a 10.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not the
Okay.
age.
Oh, all right. I guess we'll
Okay.
taste it
10th edition.
anyway.
Well, I'll
10th
try it.
edition.
Exactly. I was just going to say that's
10th
not the
edition?
age statement.
I'll try
That
it.
is this year's
Edition.
version.
It's their edition.
I got to tell you, Hammer, I was crushed not to win the 1 out of 3 pick,
you
and
better-
I was all fired up to get it and display it on my bourbon collection. And
You better fill up that Glencairn then, buddy.
Truthfully,
oh, wait till you see this pour. Hey, da 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 da.
truthfully, whoever if I
Where's Courtney when you need her?
Hey. Oh, you see the pours he gets?
no, he just
I
got
got
one.
it. Did you see my pours?
You got one?
He got one.
Oh, massive.
What?
I asked her what the issue was. She said she has limp wrists. I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know.
That's right.
Everybody at the table said she must have thought this was for Dave.
I know.
And literally, I bust her balls about every time she over pours. Like, no, I don't.
She
I
only
don't
does
want
it for me. So.
that. There you go. Well, honestly, I'd probably lose my mind if it wasn't for Mike over there, so he can get the limp wrist pour.
He takes it.
That
He
doesn't
takes it
sound
for
right.
the team.
It's easy.
All right. I mean that in a good way. I'm sorry.
Easy.
You do.
He's
You
moving the
do.
bottle.
Get this bad boy out.
I start hyperventilating at work, and I just call Mike.
Me too.
That's why I got invited to this particular podcast with all the Blantons.
I feel like we've tried to get you to do a couple of them.
Yeah, I've tried to talk you into a couple. You're like, I don't have anything important to say.
That's right.
I
Manny
said,
says it all for
I
me.
don't think we say anything important ever.
I'm pretty sure there has not been one important thing said on this podcast.
He's a little camera shy unless it comes to making porn.
I think
Oh shit! I forgot his son's here.
honestly,
Shh, Manny, don't tell Mom.
Hey Manny, your mom's involved. Sorry, love you.
I am out on this conversation, Wendy.
Oh,
I
you're
swear
finally
I'm
out on something.
Yeah.
that's
You've
weird.
crossed the line.
You're being weird.
I am.
I've crossed the line.
Honestly, I think
Always.
I think maybe part of it was you hadn't quite ventured far enough into your bourbon journey yet.
Yes, that's true.
Wow. I mean,
Wait,
wow.
this isn't even open yet.
No.
Look, there's the little.
So let's. It's his bottle. We'll give him the
Yes.
the honors.
All right, I feel like it's taking a really long time.
Well, we're savoring it because we feel like
Somebody's
this is
getting
going to be like.
impatient over there.
I know, right?
And we're Pam. It's really been a while since you've
she's
been
on
here
the
because
edge
you
of her
know we
chair.
get distracted.
Right.
We're like
And
a
it's not like we're doing anything tonight.
we're like a dog with a squirrel. Like
A dog with a squirrel?
yeah, you know, dog sees a squirrel and they're just
Hey
like,
Tommy,
oh, shit.
if you're watching, we're thinking about you, brother.
I
Yeah,
was just
Tommy.
thinking it
Love you,
sounds
buddy.
So low, it needs raised.
What does, Tommy?
Tommy's here, yeah.
Wait, watch.
Oh, there. Watch this.
I like that color.
Ooh, yeah. That's a
Can't get-
nice color.
Wait,
That's a
let's
good
wait
color.
till it's done pouring, so it's not,
I didn't really notice the color on any
You know
other
what I
ones.
mean?
This
Like,
this
it's
seems
down
dark.
so low.
I got it.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is how much Tommy is. This is how much Tommy is respected at Bastards of Bourbon. Is he's going on top of the Angel's Envy Cask Strength box.
Oh, here he comes.
Hey, Dave.
He
Hey,
gets
Dave.
yours, Steve.
Can I help you? Hey, if he put,
I got
Just-
another one.
let me ask you this: if he put a Michael Myers mask on, would he not look the part?
Yeah,
What's he got on?
I got to be honest with you. I've also never understood those movies. That guy just walks and nobody can ever run away from him.
He's slow. He's slow, but he's somehow so fast.
Right. Like he literally, I've never seen him run one time, and everybody else is running, and he always catches
What
them.
you guys don't realize is he has a
Maybe-
hoverboard. He's on a hoverboard.
Hold on, listen. Maybe if they were all walking, they'd get away.
Exactly.
Wow, you still got that much in
You're
there.
like, you're gonna walk, I'm gonna walk.
Yeah. Oh, you're walking. I'm walking. Face him like backwards walk. What, dude? No, I'm out.
Walking is the key.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Get it in.
She's doing a split over here.
Listen, there was somebody. There was
That's
somebody.
not the first time.
This is nothing.
Oh, with all the kids. I
Easy.
understand.
That's
Listen,
how she
this is-
delivered them.
Listen, this is nothing. The last podcast for the Lucky 13.
That's good.
Yes,
That's
the
good.
Widow
Widow
Jane.
Jane.
We'll call it the Widow Jane podcast.
Look how much of that is left in that bottle, and there was only 3 of us. Well, 4 of us here, and then another guest.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, yeah. We won't mention
Nope.
his name.
It's great nose.
What the hell is this? Somebody tipping me?
Manny gave you a tip.
I think that's
Hey.
I think that's for me.
Ooh, the nose is
Oh
good.
yeah, nice. It's
That's for all your
nice.
big words.
Yeah. Who said viscosity?
And there were plenty. There were plenty tonight.
Well, that's
I'm
what it was
impressed
worth.
with myself.
You always are.
It's got a nice sweet nose.
Lincoln Henderson.
Lincoln Henderson.
Who just gulped that?
That's a made-up name.
Oh.
Haven't tried it yet.
Do you remember Lincoln Kennedy? So Lincoln Kennedy was an offensive lineman that played for the Seattle
Dallas
Seahawks.
Cowboys.
Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. You sure he didn't play for the Dallas Cowboys too?
What's that?
Jake, look it up real quick. Lincoln
No.
Kennedy, please.
Lincoln Kennedy, Seattle Seahawks.
Seahawks.
This
And the Cowboys.
this has a flavor
Maybe,
of something
maybe.
I
Come
find
on,
in
let's
a lot of
both be
bourbons
right.
$5.
that I
Go
ahead,
don't
go ahead.
know that I
So go ahead,
necessarily
you
$5.
enjoy. It's not
Bet
bad.
that dollar you just.
I'm not sure, Steve. I'm really not sure.
I know.
It's
Well,
no.
you know how these guys change.
It's not like the
teams.
first one I had for sure. Well, I kind of expected that. Mandy said that it blows the Blantons blow it out of the water, which I kind of expected. But what I will say is it's a little bit smoother isn't the right word.
Raiders.
It just doesn't have the same profile or
said.
bite. Yeah.
Profile.
Seattle Raiders.
What?
Dallas Cowboys, Oakland Raiders.
Thank you.
He never played for them, though.
Oh, okay.
He was.
Yeah, it says he attempted to
Yeah, and he couldn't pass the
a
physical.
comeback.
He couldn't pass the drug
I
test.
don't
What are
know
we
how we're
talking
on Dallas
about?
Cowboys.
How appropriate.
To a
What did I miss?
bastard
We-
of bourbon.
We got off
Sorry.
on.
Dallas
Sorry.
Cowboys.
This is delicious.
It's really good.
This is delicious.
I'm having a hard time placing it because it's so different than what we've had.
It's so different than what we've had, but it is something that is very familiar to
I'm
me as
having a
well.
hard time realizing we just drank half the bottle.
Well, everybody here tried it. That's fine. Like I said, there was less of us here, and that Widow Jane took a bigger hit.
What's Amanda's dad's
This
name?
is you know what?
Mike.
The viscosity.
Yes.
Sorry, Mike.
It's a thicker viscosity.
We couldn't resist the viscosity.
This is probably, so far, it's probably my favorite mouthfeel, but it's not my favorite flavor. Out of the bunch we have.
That's what she said.
And I mean, we don't always agree, but I'm going to agree with you, spot on that one. I mean, it's really good, but we're also piggybacking off of 3 really good bourbons. I'm not getting the flavors like the
Yeah.
I
I
don't
get more alcohol in this.
and I'm only getting kind of 2 flavors out of it. It's a little bit of caramel and maybe some cherry.
I don't.
For sure, cherry.
Yeah.
Jerry?
Is that what it is?
Cherry. It
Jerry.
Do the chew especially.
Yeah.
I finally looked up at there. The taste that is really hitting me is the leather. This is the one that's familiar to me, but I can never actually place it. I never know what it is. It's the leather.
Funny story though. So when we shortly after we started doing these bourbon podcasts, we probably had 4 or 5 in, and we were seeing leather come up quite a bit on our tastings, and Dave was just always really confused about it. So he just started randomly going to different furniture stores and just hanging out licking fucking leather recliners and couches.
I actually do it now on whatever boots I buy.
Are those real leather?
just so
I truthfully don't know.
just so he could discern, have a leather palate.
Sucks on leather. Huh?
Now that I saw it though, if I smell it, I get the leather smell. Like when you know what leather smells like.
I mean, I get it, and
Yeah.
again, you're spot on.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying
Yeah,
that.
you're spot on.
Spot on.
So if you walk into Hauser's one Saturday lazy afternoon and you see Dave licking a couch, it's okay. He's
research.
okay. Yeah,
It's research.
He hasn't lost it.
Well, I wouldn't go.
You just gotta flip them.
How do you flip them?
No, just it. There you go.
I know it's tough. They're kindergarten proof.
Wait, you just did it again on that one. No. Here, you're gonna break it.
Oh my god.
Flip them. Hello.
Oh, hello. Wow.
So I'm not gonna lie. My biggest take from this is that it got a disservice being after
Last.
those 2 Blantons.
Yeah.
It was a tough call.
Yeah.
Like, do you put it first? Do you put it last?
That's funny because we kind of debated that a little bit early on.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah.
I would love to try this first
Yeah.
because it is full of flavor.
It's definitely
Man,
full
the
of flavor.
spice on the end.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I really do enjoy
really
the
like it.
mouthfeel of this one more than the rest. But the flavors on the other 2, I think this podcast are more to my
Wow, you
liking.
had caramel and honey
Yeah.
and big time caramel and honey and
And I like it a lot.
Yeah.
What I am going to suggest you may not like. We'll see if Mike and Jeff like it. But I almost suggest we rank the Blantons separately and just leave this out because I don't want to do it a disservice and give it a shitty-ass ranking when it doesn't deserve that.
It's because it's totally different.
Yeah, it is. It's
wildly different.
Yeah.
What's that? It's number 2 for you?
No, he's wearing number 2.
He has to go
He's
number 2.
going number 2.
Yeah.
No, Dave.
He wants to know if you have a plunger.
I really like it. I think my biggest issue with it is compared
What?
Raiders kick the field goal to win.
compared to the other two. I don't get as much
you
of
had
like
plus.
the cherry or the sweetness as I do. I get much more cherry and sweetness with the other two than this.
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Really good though.
It's good.
Really
it's
good.
definitely good.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I would love to have a bottle at home.
Yeah, and I would pay the same price.
You will
for
not
to
get it.
It's just
Watch me.
we did it a disservice. I don't think we necessarily need to take it out of the ranks. I think we just let them know
All right.
that we may have done it a disservice. You know what I mean? We just tell them again. We may have done it a disservice, but
And I don't necessarily disagree with Manny. I don't know where I'm going to rank it yet.
Yeah.
It might be number 2. Or he may be doing
Number 2.
number 2.
He just left.
It's okay.
I'm pretty positive I know where I'm going to rank it, and I'm not upset about it in any way.
Yeah.
I'm just not. Like I don't think it's a knock on the product.
This is a hard ranking with what we just drank tonight. I mean, to say one of these is
I
number
am gonna add
4
water to this. Yeah.
is almost a disservice to.
Yeah.
Bad
And
bourbon.
I won't rank it number 4, I don't think.
I know.
I just
it's
love
not going to be
Blanton's.
4 for me.
You know, I
It
just
won't be a
love
4 for me either.
Yeah.
I love Blanton so much. It's hard for me. You know,
Yeah,
it's
well-
hard. There's a love affair there. It's hard.
It's a love affair.
But I do not get all of that. I do understand the leather for sure, but I mean, I get cherry for days. I definitely get the wood.
You know what's sad for me is I really don't pick up a lot of the cherry. I think I get
You
spicy.
get a lot of cherry, don't you?
You know, I'm with them. I don't get a lot of cherry
When you
with
do
it.
the chew, you get a lot of cherry with the chew.
I get some cherry, no doubt.
I had the cherry more with the Blantons than I did with this.
I got a little bit more cherry with the chew for sure, but I just got so much more cherry from the blends.
Yeah.
Like what stands out for me on this one, honestly, is the little bit of spicy, but not as spicy as the straight from the barrel, the leather, and maybe the vanilla. I think that's really what I get. I think leather is the main thing.
Vanilla?
Vanilla.
I think the vanilla is sitting right behind the leather, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. You two are alike.
Yeah, you guys want to just suck face and get it over with?
Which is weird because a lot of times me and him are not. Like 1910, we'll fight to the death over.
Love me some banana Fosters.
I can run out and get some vanilla bean ice cream.
That's good.
Steve, jealousy is not a good color.
I like it.
I wouldn't
I
mind
like the jealousy.
maybe a little hot
Then
fudge
I'd
on
go
top.
Keeps you alive inside.
Well, Mike, you're the guest, so you're going to get to go first.
To rank them.
Yep.
No pressure.
Oh, which, by the way, we're only at about an hour and 15 minutes, in case you were wondering. Probably not quite.
That's good. That's really good.
Okay. All right, Jake, you're out.
You're out.
Way to ruin Christmas.
Let's get his gifts. Let's hurry up and get home and get his gifts.
The big
Get him out of the
question
house.
tonight is, do the Bulgers go to Taco Bell or don't they?
For sure.
Oh, that's a
Oh, yeah.
definite? That's a definite. Okay.
I was leaning towards McDonald's, though.
Oh, I got
I haven't had a Big Mac in a long time.
I got it to Carlos.
Daddy needs a Big Mac.
I agree.
I think it's
I'm
Taco
gonna
Bell.
cook a steak.
Pam wants Taco Bell.
I have
you're
a
getting
sad
Taco
story.
Bell.
Hey, I've got $1. We should be able to get something.
Yeah, except for all the wages
I have
went.
a
up. So
se-
you're
I have
gonna
a-
get half a double cheeseburger.
I have a sad story to tell you.
All right, let's hear it.
I got Janimores the other night, and I threw it away because it was so bad.
Are you serious?
Really?
What?
First time in my life.
Wow. That
I
is
threw it
sad.
away. It was
Janimores.
terrible. It was
Well,
it was
on a
the crust
positive-
was undercooked, and it was like too thick and.
On a positive note, the last couple
Sad.
times I got to Carlos, I was very, very happy with it.
Oh, I think DeCarlo's right now is the best pizza in our
It might
area.
be. It might be.
I like the New York style, so I like Ruby's, but I just had DeCarlo's recently, and it was excellent.
I
Yeah.
like Ruby's too. I
Yeah.
do.
Wait,
Yeah, it's
Your
good.
mom
where's Ruby's?
Down University Square.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
used to be the mall.
They have a really
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
Sicilian too.
I just like that New York style. I
What's her
really do.
name?
Beth.
She doesn't sound Sicilian.
That doesn't sound Sicilian at all.
Well, it's short for Betania. What the fuck 'em.
All right, Mike. So we're gonna jump into the rankings. We start with 1 and go down to 4.
I'm gonna need one of these for the
All right.
rankings.
One
What?
was going to be
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
gold.
Number 1 is gold.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Mike. Wait, you have to give a reason. Just a quick one.
Hey, pour
why
me-
why it's number
Pour
1?
me one too. Yeah.
I had the most taste with that one. I tasted more cherry. It wasn't bitey to me, so I thought it was
Nice.
that was it for me. 1, and then actually 2 is going to be the Angel's Envy.
Whoa.
I think you're rolling right with your son there. Look, he's you got a proud son over there.
With his brown sweatshirt on.
And then the 3 would be the barrel.
Just straight from the barrel.
Yep.
But
And-
real
and-
quick, what would your reason be for the Envy ahead of the straight for the barrel?
I got a lot more taste out of the Envy than I did out of the barrel.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just more complex to you. Yeah.
Complex is the word.
Yeah.
Try to squeeze viscosity into your analysis.
And as good as regular Blanton's is, it was number 4.
But
Yeah.
it's always in context, Mike.
Yeah, but see,
No, it
that's
was
what
very
sucks.
Good. Yeah, that's right.
Here
And
we
it's
are
always
drinking
very
4
good.
bourbons that are unbelievable, and you're ranking Blanton's number 4.
What I like
As will I.
what I like
Believe me, I'm
Mine
just
are
happy
The
to.
exact same order.
Is that
Period.
what I like about that though is the fact that we do it this way, because then we can align them up against other bourbons, which we forget about sometimes. We're like, oh, we got nothing new to do. Yeah, but we can set them in a different lineup and see what's going on.
And I
True.
just think it was a
True.
bad break that I had to taste these bourbons for my very first podcast.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You're probably
Sorry, Manny.
Yeah. and if you come on again, you're gonna be like, oh, so we're drinking this shit.
We're like, wait a second.
I'm out.
The next one we're putting you on is below $25.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Out.
And oddly enough, the only 2 people that did that podcast was Dave and I.
Weirdly, we couldn't get
Right,
anybody to sign
right.
up for
Nobody
that
was like, no, fuck no, I'm not doing that podcast.
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, I have to clean my house.
Hey,
Hey,
I have to do
what that-
anything.
I'm helping my mom
$25
move, and I'm
bourbon.
going to shave her pubes later.
Oh my god.
There we
Wait
go.
a second. Wait a
There we
second.
go.
Who are you telling to wait a second yourself?
I'm sorry, I'm due for an enema that
I'm
night.
just. I hear a lot of groans out of peanut gallery. I'm like, wait a sec. I mean, this is what it's about.
Hey, Mike.
Now Tiger.
Here's how bad this night sucks. At the end of the night, I'm going to have a regular Blanton's and be okay with it.
Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
those are my 4.
All right. I think.
Well,
those are good
I got to
rankings.
say,
I like your
I think Mike has represented well and done a nice job tonight.
He has.
I don't agree with his rankings.
I mean, he's represented himself well. He hasn't
Yeah,
represented
No, listen,
represented
but-
his family well.
But it's good
Himself.
that
The peanut gallery. The peanut gallery was with me. So
Manny's been grinning
yeah,
all night
I had a
long.
lot of shakes from the peanut gallery.
He did. So,
directly influenced.
yeah, I know. And
It's
I know
okay.
you two guys are always last, so I know I'm next. So
You are next.
I enjoyed Mike's rankings, and listen, they are individual, and that's what he
Wow.
does. But I would say that I had the From the Barrel number 1 because I freaking love Blanton's From the Barrel, and which is the reason I paid $7,467 to buy it. I've actually got a tie for second. And I know you can say,
Oh,
that's
Christ.
bullshit.
Here we go.
There we go.
How many times have we?
Hey, I
left
made a
it?
Here,
decision
see?
at least. See,
Yeah,
I made a
that's
decision.
exactly right.
And so did I,
Make a
Mike.
decision.
And I made a fucking decision too.
You wanna
And
do-
I've got the Angel's Envy and the Blanton's Gold tied for second.
You want to do 2A, 2B? and then
No.
and then put a G string on.
I've already got a G-string on.
Again.
Weirdly,
listen.
Weirdly, I had a feeling he did.
Actually, I didn't wear any underwear. But, I mean, I really, really enjoyed the Angels Envy Cask Strength, and I wish we maybe would have done it in reverse order. But I've got that tied with Blanton's Gold, which I absolutely love both. And how sad is it to say that I've got regular Blanton's fourth?
You weren't that far off from what I said.
No, not that
No,
far.
not that far off.
You
But
weren't
that's-
that far
But
wrong.
the tasting we had tonight, I don't know that we should even do rankings because these were 4 phenomenal bourbons that you would be fortunate to have in your collection.
I agree.
And
So well
everybody
said.
would be lucky to taste.
So well said.
Hear, hear.
Very well
So-
said.
But if
All right,
you're
let's
forcing me
toast.
to rank them,
Toast.
and guess what? It's the holiday season.
Hey, wait! You gotta have something in
drank
there.
it all.
For the love of God!
Pick something.
I mean, you have a ride home.
What do
You know,
want?
normally,
Gold.
listen, normally we have like 8 or 10
Is that
drinks
yours?
that we can rank from 1 to 10, and it's easy to do. But
Yeah.
tonight is like impossible. And I would just say,
Tonight is one of the tougher.
I mean, let's just say they all tied for first, and we had
But
a great
you still-
time.
If Mr.
But-
Bacon
but
wanted to
no.
give me any of the bottles,
No, but I mean,
You've done the
you
right
already-
thing.
You already know that I love the From the Barrel,
Yes, I do.
and it's hard for me
It's
to.
special for you.
It is special for me, just like masturbation is special for me. I just wanted to get that on the podcast tonight. I'm kidding. I don't ever have to masturbate.
Easy now, Tiger.
See what we're doing here? See what's happened?
All right.
Okay,
Is it me or you?
Does it
me.
really matter?
it's me. I was last time.
Okay.
I mean, really, the only difference is going to be what do you have? Okay, go.
Shh. I don't know. I like doing that. Shh. Oh God. All right. No, you're right. There's not going to be much difference at all. It's going to be with number 1 and 2 probably.
I mean, wasn't this one of the
It's-
greatest
oh,
tastings ever?
It's so good. It's
Right?
why you hate to rank them, but you're going to rank them because there could be that one weird guy out there that if he doesn't know the rankings, he's going to take a gun into a public place
I
and
don't-
shoot a bunch of people.
Right. That's right.
Right.
But he's the weird guy.
So we're doing it for him. I'm doing it for the weird guy that's going to kill people.
just left.
Oh my God. Yeah, he just went to piss.
Oh, that's a good one, Mike. I like that. Oh, boy. Okay, heavy stuff. All right, so for number 1, I am going with Blanton's Gold. And I know that's not going to
okay.
come as any surprise to
To
Jeff.
me.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, cheers. To me, I think it's the perfect balance. It's not
Balanced.
too...
No, he's right. No,
I
I
agree.
I
Well, you
mean,
don't agree.
Same thing he said 2 years ago.
right. Straight from the barrel is great, but it's almost too much.
Yeah, and see, for me, it's not.
Right.
But that's why we're doing individual rankings.
Exactly. But to me, Blanton's Gold is the perfect balance between single barrel and barrel straight from the
That's
barrel.
why you got it for your birthday.
Oh, my God. I love it. It's so good. It is my apex right now, and dare I say,
Oh,
and
he
I'm,
used Apex.
I know.
and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Say it.
It is my number 1. It has surpassed Weller's Foolproof.
Whoa! That's a big statement.
Yeah, it has. It has bumped Weller Foolproof out of 1 and
Wow.
back to 2.
I'm going to resell the Weller's Foolproof that I got for you for next year. And
God damn it. God damn it.
Hold on. What did it surpass?
Weller Foolproof. It's my number 1 now. It is. And I wrote down Gold Mother, but I spelled mother with a U because that's what it is. It's a Gold Mother. It's honey. It's cherry. Mother.
mother.
Yeah,
No,
mother.
This
mother.
motherfucker.
You know, that's funny. I talked to Jim the other day. That's what he said about your mother.
I know. It's honey. It's cherry. It's luscious. I love it. I mean, I just can't get enough of it.
Jesus, that's just like Riri.
I know. So that's my number 1. I think I've probably said too much about it already.
That's what I expected, though,
Right.
because I know you love it.
I do. I just love it so much. Straight from the barrel is going to be my number 2.
Oh, I'm impressed.
I mean, cherry wood, spicy, I'm a huge fan of it. I can't put it above the gold because the gold to me is just a little bit more drinkable. And
Makes sense.
I got a little more flavor out of the gold. Believe it or
agree.
not.
I actually agree with it.
And
that's
feel
okay.
And I feel like the straight from the barrel is so much wood just because it literally is
Yeah.
Yeah.
straight from the barrel. It overpowers it.
Ba-dum,
So
boom.
that's it on that. Angel's Envy was such a close second. Love it, but it's just so. And for me, it
was really such a close third.
Yeah, close third.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
For me, it's so hard.
Close second.
It's so hard to discern after having all of these Blantons, and that's such a departure from them.
Well, it was
So-
a tough night.
Yeah, I'm doing it disservice because I love
Right.
it.
Well, it didn't.
You're gonna put Blanton's fourth.
Yeah.
He would have killed. Like, there's been
What did
podcasts
this
where
say?
he would kill me for that.
I'm just saying.
I have
What
to
we
put
had
this,
tonight was phenomenal.
and I have to put this third because I truly believe that this is a better bourbon than regular Blantons.
Yeah,
I mean, it is,
and that's okay.
yeah.
Manny, you've been here when he's been like willing to murder
All right.
me for things like that, right? For saying such a thing.
I own a gun. I'm just saying it.
All right.
I don't know how to shoot it, but I own it.
So
Pull it-
Blanton's
pull
is
the
your
trigger.
last, but you love it.
Yeah.
All right, Hammer, your
Yeah,
turn.
Blaine's in my last, and just same thing Jeff said.
Yeah,
you know, we're gonna.
How do you?
I mean, this is a ranking that you hate to do because
Yeah.
they're all fantastic.
It'd be like number one and tie for second. Everybody else.
But so for me, there was a really tight battle between number 1 and 2. The reason being is there's pretty much my two favorite things from a bourbon is spiciness and cherry, and I got one more in one and one more in the other. I tend to lean towards the spiciness, so I am going with the straight from the barrel as my number
There was
one.
barrel then.
Because of that spiciness. I love the spiciness. It also, what did I have on here? The nose was a little bit less than the gold, but in the grand scheme of things, that didn't matter when it came to the flavor. Blanton's Gold comes in at number 2, and that is
Wow.
because of the cherry and the honey. I also
You'll never try it again.
The mouthfeel was
You'll never
actually
have any more.
the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel was better on the straight from the barrel too. I wanted to say, but the mouthfeel was also great on the gold. And I love the gold. I really do because the cherry is great. But you know
Gold's
me, I
fantastic.
love
You don't love
spiciness.
it. You don't love it.
Fantastic. Gold is.
I love spicy too, Dave. So do I.
So, and then coming in at third, and it's not really very close for me, is the Angel's Envy Cask Strength.
Yeah.
Not that it's not good. The thing is that what I get predominantly from it is the leather,
Yeah.
which takes a clear back seat from cherry and spicy.
Yeah.
So,
And the leather that you
Well
taste
said,
at Hauser's.
yeah.
No, that's actually well said.
Yeah, it just takes a clear back seat. It's
It's very well spoken.
it's a great.
He's going to use viscosity. On it.
But I will say this: the Angel's Envy had the best viscosity. The
Oh.
Angel's Envy to me did have the best mouthfeel out of the whole group.
Okay.
And when you were talking about this being a bad matchup for the rest of these, I think
Right.
the reason is because you're not getting as much of the fruit from this as you are the other two.
Right.
I think that's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barrel proof, no, you don't get that much, but I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
And then obviously Blanton's, which is an excellent bourbon. The regular Blanton's coming
Yeah, I
in
know.
93
I'm
proof
sorry,
is-
Blanton's. You suck your
is
fourth.
coming
and
in
it's amazing
because
because it was fourth in all of them. I had the
Come on.
I need to
regular
know.
Blantons.
I need to know when we're gonna make we're
the
gonna make
gold.
the Snapchat or whatever video platform we're gonna choose of the Blantons in the sports bottles.
Yeah, we really do need to
we
do
have
that.
to do that.
Yeah.
So
It's got to be done.
so we were the gold and they were the
Yes.
barrel.
Straight from the barrel, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but
I'm
like
with you, Steve.
Yeah.
potatoes, potatoes.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Come on, I mean,
Well, and like I said, those two were very close to me. They both offered something different, both of which I love. I just think I prefer the spiciness to the cherry.
Yeah, but
and also
listen-
the gold gets a lot of honey too, which I also like. I think it's why I like this so much because I get pepper and honey.
Yeah.
Those are, to me, those are
I
two
get
of my
pepper and more pepper. but listen, what we had tonight, my God, how do you? I'm not sure that it's fair to go 1 to 4.
Yeah, this
Well,
is
it's not, but we just this
But
is
that's
our
what we
setup,
do.
and that's what we do. What we do.
yeah. And I will say this is probably the toughest one I've had to do. Like it made it a little
tough.
bit easier for me because I know I'm going to love
easy
this.
for me.
I'm going to love this
Yeah.
a lot. But
I loved it.
right, and I loved it tonight, but tonight against these other two, it just didn't hold up to me against those two.
See, you're only ranking it against 2 instead of 3.
Right.
Well, yeah, the other one's not
Because the other,
comparable.
it's all watered down.
Yeah, I mean, I love Blanton's. Don't get me wrong. I love Blanton's. I'm so happy to have it on my shelf. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's the apex of bourbon, but compared to the rest, it's just not. It's
Yeah.
just not there.
No. I hear you.
But that says that you'd like a higher proof, more flavorful bourbon.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So
Yeah.
we
Well,
put,
Time out for a second. Realize Blanton's, you can get those other bottles we have. You can't. It's
harder to get.
period,
yeah, he's
just
right.
For the most part. So
Really quick, just in case,
unicorns versus.
just in case,
that's a really good point.
just in case
It
he
needs
doesn't
to
get
be
picked,
made.
just in case he doesn't get
I'm
picked up
glad
on the
you came
mics. Manny just said, Blanton's you can actually get pretty regularly. I know some people can't in some areas, but a lot of people can get it pretty regularly, and the other ones are going to be much, much harder to find. They're unicorns.
Super hard to
Look at
find.
price point for 'em.
Oh yeah, the price point's going to be crazy. Yeah.
So you're looking at $350 for this.
Wait.
300 to 350. Blanton's Gold.
Is it that much?
Yes.
350.
Wow.
The question is that MSRP?
Hey.
Go back to.
Take it home with you.
It's usually listed on there somewhere.
But what would the
Scroll
normal
up.
price of it be?
It's not listed on
My
there.
mother and your
That's weird.
mother.
Normally they're all listed on Flaviar. It's not listed on there. So I don't know if 350 is actually MSRP, but it's probably what
No,
the cheapest
it's
you're
not-
going to find it for.
Right. Yeah. Not MSRP.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it for less than that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, if
And I
you
would
find
pay.
it for $250, you
I bet 5 bottles.
yeah. I mean, you fucking do cartwheels and run out the door naked.
Masturbate.
Whatever it does. Yeah.
I will.
Masturbation, rape, whatever floats your boat.
And here comes the rape. I would pay.
No.
Some people will choose rape. I do not, but some people will.
I will pay the $350 for both for the gold. I don't know what was paid for the other one, but I paid the $350 for the gold, not necessarily because it is 100%.
I'll split
worth,
it with you.
yeah. Not necessarily because it's completely 100% worth the $350, but it's the cheapest you're going to find it for. It's a unicorn, and it is a delicious, beautiful bourbon that you want to have on
Yeah,
your shelf.
Fantastic.
which lends credence to the whole fact of what we don't even realize, like the specialness of doing this podcast, like to have Blanton's Gold and Blanton's from the barrel. I mean, there's a good chance we might not have this opportunity again. Now,
Well, this is the second
I'm
time
going to tell
you
you
guys have
that I
had it,
doubt
right?
it,
Because Bubba had these bottles before, right?
and he did.
It's the 3rd time we've had it.
Okay.
All right, so now it sounds like I'm just an asshole.
Yeah.
But
But that's what we do.
that's what we do.
We are the bastards.
We spray Blanton's all over ourselves, and we spit in the face of anybody who can't get Blanton's.
Actually, every once in a while, I bathe in Blanton's. I just fill up the bathtub.
sometimes I put a little cup of it in my hand, and I just rub it on my testicles.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what I do. You do what you do.
Whatever makes you happy.
He just got support from his wife on the Blantons to the balls.
Not sure I'm going to tell anybody I was on this podcast.
Too late, Mike. Too late.
Just tell the other country club members. Don't tell like business associates.
Listen, this is fairly light for a podcast. You're getting off light so
It actually
far.
kind of is.
And the good thing is you didn't say any of the crazy things. That's me and his job. And Jeff likes to jump in.
I watched your other podcast. I know.
you knew what you were
knew.
getting in
I
store
knew.
for. Oh man.
This is a good night, guys.
It's a really good night. I mean,
Great
come
night.
on.
You know what? It's
We're-
great for the holiday season. We got to hang out together. We got to drink some freaking great bourbons.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said earlier, there's no one I'd rather drink this with
Here,
than
here.
you guys.
Yeah.
And,
Here, here.
Special.
Here, here.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
Here.
That was touching.
All right,
The
and
end.
we will wrap this up. We will see you next time. Just so you're aware, we will not have these special bottles on the next podcast.
I'm out.
Hey,
That's a wrap.
we will have it at our house.
Smelly cat, smelly cat. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. Smelly cat, why are you so stinky?